Hello, Dr. G here from naturalfoodsdiet.org. What is it with chickens? When I go to the grocery store and I look in the poultry case, I see chickens with breasts the size of basketballs. Or maybe it's more the size of a football, but it's abnormally big. Now what's worse is when you bite into one of these chicken breasts, it's like biting into a donut. It's pasty and it doesn't have any fibers. Now when I get chickens from a local farmer, the chicken breasts have fibers, like it was a muscle. And the legs of these chickens are big and they're strong. But in supermarket birds, there are absolutely no striations in the meat at all. It's kind of like it's some kind of mass of cells with no differentiation into muscle. It's like you're eating a tumor. And don't get me started about the taste of these chickens. Now I know today's generation of kids, when you give them a naturally raised chicken that has some flavor, they don't like it. They go, what's that taste? There shouldn't be a taste in chicken. Now I looked at the source of these chickens that we see in the supermarket, and I found out that Big Agra controls every aspect of raising these chickens. This includes feeding them genetically modified feed that's laced with growth-promoting additives like antibiotics and hormones. Now the chicken farmers get these special genetic mutant fast-growing chicks from the factory along with the feed. And if you talk to the farmers, they don't even know what's in the feed. In fact, they're not allowed to know. It's all a trade secret. Now, I found out that 40 years ago, a broiler is what they call young chickens that are raised to be eaten by human beings. And a broiler would be ready for market in about 84 days. That's 40 years ago. Today, a broiler is ready for market in 37 days. How would you like it if your lifespan was 37 days? Now the chicken I get from the farmer locally, usually they lived a year before they're big enough for the market. Now in the typical factory farm, they have 17 birds per square meter, which means the birds are virtually on top of one another. And get this, even though they're so young, less than 37 days old, they often develop obesity and heart disease along with skeletal deformities because they're crammed into these small spaces. Now get this, when you're eating one of these mushy chicken breasts, you're eating a bird that has a disease and it probably has heart failure. Because living under these conditions is so stressful for these birds, their beaks are sliced off with a hot knife when they're babies. And that's so that they won't peck each other to death. The modern industrial chicken farm commits unbelievable atrocities to the tune of 9 billion chickens a year in the United States alone. My advice, stop buying cheap chicken. Buck up and pay the price to raise a chicken in humane conditions. And by the way, I would eat less chicken, please. Now, as opposed to what you've been told, chicken's not that healthy. In fact, I would say that if you eat these 37-day-old, modern, mushy, diseased chickens, it's bad for your health. They're full of omega-3 fats. Now, if you buy a chicken that was allowed to stretch his wings, build a nest, and relax in the morning sun, it'll cost you a lot more, but I promise you'll receive some good karma. This is Dr. G. Thanks so much for watching.